One dish that cannot be out of a Christmas Puerto Rican celebration is arroz con dulce. It's delicious rice pudding, but with a coconut base. Absolutely delicious. Come with me so you can learn how I make it. These are the ingredients that I use for my arroz con dulce. Mine is not the same as a lot of recipes that I see on social media. I'm just going to give you the recipe I learned from my mom, and this is what I do every year, and I love it. Of course, you need rice. Over here, I have, I'm going to say about 3 cups of short grain rice. You see? This has been in water since last night, since I was going to make it this morning. But if you're making it later in the day, you can just put it in water in the morning, and it should be perfectly fine. I also have raisins in water. Some people put it in brandy or another liquid. I put it in water so they can plump up. I use cream of coconut, evaporated milk, leche de coco, some salt, and I use brown sugar. My arroz con dulce is not white. It's a little brown because I like what the brown sugar tastes. Some vanilla. And the first step that I do is I make the tea. I put cinnamon sticks, a handful of cloves, and some ginger. I put this to boil a little bit until the water starts changing color. Then I start making the arroz con dulce. I cook the rice completely with this tea until the rice is soft. I keep adding more tea as it dries out. And then when the rice is cooked and soft, then I add everything else. I'll show you. When your house smells like Christmas and the tea is starting to get dark, I'm going to add it to the rice. I drain the rice. And then I put it back in my big pot, and then I'm going to pour the tea on it. I'm going to put more water in the pot and continue to make tea. Because I cook my rice kind of like a risotto style. I continue to add tea until the rice is cooked. I added the tea to the rice and more water to the pot. Sometimes it usually takes about 3 times of the tea for the rice to be completely cooked. Now I stir until the water is evaporated, and then I add more tea. As you can see, the first tea has evaporated. I'm going to add the second one. Second one added. It's about 2 cups of water in each tea. Sorry, I can't see with the steam. I hate to eat arroz con dulce and the grains of rice are hard. So I learned to do this with my mom, and I has always done it like that. My rice is not hard. Like you can slice into it. It's just nice and soft and smooshy, but it's delicious. I'm going to tell you a story. When I met my husband, we were dating, and one day I went to his house because his mom needed me to babysit his niece for her because I think she had a doctor's appointment. She had all this stuff to make arroz con dulce on the counter, and I made it for her. When she came home and she saw that I made the arroz con dulce, well, I was 20 years old. She was like, froze, like, oh my God, she just messed up my whole arroz con dulce. But no lie, when she ate it, she said, this is the most delicious arroz con dulce I ever tasted. So she was happy with it. Just a little story time for you guys. The second round is dry. I'm going to add the third tea. I tested the rice. It still has bite to it. So it needs at least 1 or 2 more. I strained the tea with this, a big nice sift. So nothing of the cloves goes in the rice, because I don't want that. That would not be nice. The third one is almost completely absorbed. I just checked, and it still has a little bite. I'm going to add probably half of the tea to finish cooking it. Now, this takes long, but you know what? For me, cooking is a passion. I love it. I enjoy it. So you just pick a day when you have time to enjoy it and spend time making this for your family and loved ones. And don't rush it. As you can see, the rice has doubled in size because it has absorbed the liquid and it's growing. But we're getting there. We're almost there. I added the last one, half of it. Now I put it in medium, and I'm going to cover for a little bit so to ensure that the rice is completely cooked. The rice is done. Look how creamy it looks. And then I take a grain of rice and I squeeze it in my fingers, and I feel nothing hard in the middle. It's ready to add the milks and the cream of coconut and everything else. All the flavorings. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I added And one big 25-ounce can of leche de coco. I added 2 of the 15-ounce coconut cream and 1 can of evaporated milk. I don't think I'm going to add the second one. I don't think it's going to need it. Sugar to taste, vanilla to taste, and salt, and a pinch of salt. Now I'm going to let this cook until all this evaporate, and it's absolutely delicious. I added the raisins, and now we stir. I tasted it. It needed a little bit more salt. Salt gives it a depth of flavor. You don't want it to be completely sweet, so you need a little bit of salt on it. So now we stir. I love this coconut milk. You can say what you say about Goya. I'm sorry, but I tried other coconut milks, and they do not have pieces of coconut like this one. That's why I use that one. And now we stir. You don't have to stir the whole time. Just come once in a while. Make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom because you don't want it to burn. Just keep checking it. Keep checking it. It's getting there. And there you have it. Look how delicious and soft. This is how I like it. Let's plate it. Here you have it. All done. I have like 5 containers. I give some of it away, and some I keep for the house for Christmas. So good. I hope you make it. And if you do, like I always say, buen provecho.